welcome to another video. Today we're going to be discussing the 2008 presidential elections as if Hillary Clinton was the nominee. So for this scenario, I kept everything the same for John McCain and the John McCain Palin ticket. And for the Democratic ticket, I changed it to Clinton and Bye. So in this scenario, Obama wasn't the nominee, came very close. So let's start with our safe Democratic states. This is 2008, and I say our safe Democratic states would be the West Coast as always, the state of Illinois, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., Vermont, New Hampshire, and New York. At this point in time, we must remember also that the Rust Belt was a safe area for the Democratic Party. And also remember that John McCain was not very popular in this election, the wave that came for him to lose the election. Also, for safe for the Democrats, the state of Hawaii. Now, safe states for the Republicans, states like Idaho, states like Wyoming, states like Kansas, Oklahoma, not Texas in that. Well, that scenario it was, but it was a little bit closer than expected. Nebraska at large, Utah, the state of Alabama, the state of West Virginia. None of these states are safe. The political map looked very different when Democrats were a lot more conservative than what you see now. This is why in this election there were a lot more key swing states, and with Democrats having a huge lead. So I think that's it for John McCain, and that's being generous with the state of Texas. Also, the state of Alaska, I forgot about that. So now looking at some lean Democratic states in this election, we had states like Virginia, we had states like Colorado, New Mexico, states like Nevada, states like Maine, states like Minnesota. At this point, this was the Democratic base, and you can see Democrats already won the election, 284 electoral votes to John McCain's 84, and we haven't even called 170 electoral votes. So now we're gonna go look for some McCain states, which there are no likely McCain states in this map. You might be going like, what? Well, there actually is. I think the only likely state in this map would have been the state of Georgia and the state of Mississippi. Those states would have come a little close, but it was never going to be that close. Okay, moving on to our lean states for Hillary Clinton and Evan Bayh. The state of Indiana, that was Evan Bayh's home state. At this point, the state of Ohio was a Democratic stronghold for that election, especially with John McCain's unpopularity around the country. And also, it's not only John McCain, it was Sarah Palin's kind of mannerisms that kind of led John McCain to even fall even more than he was. So also, you're going to the state of Iowa. So those are, I think, our safe, or not our safe, but our lean Democratic states. Now, looking at some lean Republican states, the state of Arizona. At this point, Arizona was kind of a little bit more of a stronghold. Actually, now I'll put Arizona in the safe column since John McCain was the incumbent senator and he was very well known. And I think those were the states. He was very popular there. So going into other states for Hillary Clinton. At this point, the state of North Carolina and the state of Florida. These two states went to Barack Obama by a little bit, but Hillary Clinton was well more liked. She was more popular in 2008 than she was in 2016. She was extremely popular. She was sizzling. Compared to Barack Obama, well, if you see this map, it's okay. It's similar to Barack Obama. I think it's exactly where I have it now. But what you don't realize is that we're still having some states to miss. Because remember, Hillary Clinton was from the South until she moved to New York. So she has a lot of Southern appeal. So in that same mannerism, the state of Missouri, I think if Hillary Clinton was the nominee, I think it would have gone to Hillary Clinton. Again, at this point in time, very conservative Hillary Clinton. It was a lot of black votes she was inspiring. And if she saw someone like progressive, like Evan Bayh, she pulled both things together. John McCain, if he chose Joe Lieberman or someone else as his running mate, would have won the election. But this comes to show that poor choices in VP actually do matter. Because Sarah Palin, she did not do good for that ticket. Now, other states for Hillary Clinton, I think North Dakota would have gone slightly to her. Same thing. It was the Fargo area. That's a big part of North Dakota. And overall, well, you might be thinking in today's spectrum, this would never happen, no matter how conservative a Democrat. But you must consider at this point. Remember who was elected to the Senate? It was a couple Democrats. You had Heidi Kamkap in there, and a lot of these states. You're gonna say Montana. What the heck? Well, no. Remember they have Steve Bullock in there. They have John Tester. In Missouri, they had Claire McCaskill. And you see, in the state of West Virginia, they had a Democratic governor and two Democratic senators. They also have Joe Manchin. Louisiana for a long time has had Edwards, Governor Edwards, and they have had Mary Lee Andrew as a senator. So these states that might seem super Republican right now must consider that back then they were more Democratic than you may think, and that is why the wave of Democrats after the Bush administration, it was so big because of the Bush division and then a lot of the blue dog coalition of the Democrats. That's why you saw in the 2000s a lot of Democrats in now Republican areas. Okay, looking ahead, I think let's go for some McCain states. The state of South Dakota, it wouldn't have been as close because it's a lot more rural than North Dakota. So for that reason, John McCain has some appeal there, and I think he would have won the state of South Dakota. Now, for the state of Tennessee, I think Hillary Clinton would have not won it, although it was Al Gore's state, and they're pretty popular at that time. You had Governor Phil Bredesen, but again, Republican state, and it wasn't as conservative. It wasn't as crazy for Democrats than other states. So now looking at other states like the state of Kentucky, I think that would have easily gone to John McCain. It would have been a close race, but anyways, it would have gone to John McCain narrowly. The good thing about the Eurocard, I think the good and bad thing for the candidates, it's good, but for like the democracy is kind of bad. Of the electoral college is that simply if you win 50% in 10 states, and those are the states that have the most electoral votes, you might your opposition candidate might have blew you out 90% in the other states. You win the election. That's the bad thing about the electoral college. Now, and this map makes John McCain look super bad, but in reality, a lot of these states, like the ones that look that are not states that are not currently Democratic, like North Dakota, Missouri. I'm gonna project Montana also. Those states right now, it's just that an electoral map would have made it look crazy, even though it would have been by 0.1%, 0.2%. The state of Montana, I think, would have voted for Hillary Clinton in this case. Very conservative Hillary Clinton. And just simply all these states would have gone to Hillary Clinton. If you remember back in 2008, the electoral map looked very different. And it's just a very not very disappointing, but rather a very different feeling that John McCain's campaign had. In West Virginia, Hillary Clinton, I think, would have won the state of West Virginia. This comes to show, I think, one of the worst contested, quote unquote, races in United States history. Also, the state of Arkansas, her home state, I think she would have won the state of Arkansas. And out of the state of Louisiana, I also think she would have won there. Those two states are blue collar Democrats, not blue collar, blue dog Democrats. And I think simply Hillary Clinton is one of them. And Hillary Clinton had a huge appeal in 2008. Now, if this translated to the 2016, we would have had a Madam President. But this scenario, I think Hillary Clinton would have been extremely popular. And by the time she came to her election, she was going to lose a lot of states, but she will still have an easy path. So this is my final prediction. Hillary Clinton at 401 and John McCain at 137. We can see a big vote for Hillary Clinton and a small one for John McCain. Well, I want to thank all of you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe this video for more content, turn on post notifications, and check out my Patreon link, which I now have updated, where you can get tiers so you can interact with me more often. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you real soon.